What if paradise wasn't just one island, but thousands? Welcome to Indonesia, a vast archipelago where emerald jungles hide towering waterfalls, volcanoes rise above the clouds, and turquoise waters surround untouched tropical islands. From misty rainforest trails to remote beaches that feel completely undiscovered, Indonesia is a destination where adventure and serenity exist side by side. In this video, we're exploring the hidden waterfalls, tropical paradise islands, and natural wonders that make Indonesia one of the most breathtaking places on Earth. Bali's secret waterfalls. Everyone makes it to take a Nunan waterfall in Bali. It's beautiful, but by 9 a.m. it's packed with tour groups. What most people don't know is that Bali has dozens of waterfalls tucked into its jungle interior that see almost no visitors. Sekumpul Waterfall, located in the northern highlands near Singaraja, is widely considered the most spectacular waterfall on the island. It's actually a cluster of 7 separate falls that plunge down a steep cliff into a valley surrounded by thick forest. Getting there involves a steep hike down a muddy trail, crossing a stream and walking through rice fields, but the moment you round the last bend and see all 7 streams crashing down together, it clicks immediately why people say it's worth every step. Then there's Nungnung Waterfall, hidden in the central highlands between Ubud and Bedugu. It sits at the bottom of over 500 stone steps, surrounded by mist and jungle sounds. The drop is around 50 meters, and the spray hits you long before you reach the base. Come before 8 a.m. and you'll often have the entire place to yourself. These falls show you what Bali looked like before the tourism boom and remind you the real island is still very much alive. Lombok. Just a short ferry ride from Bali is Lombok, an island that gets far less attention but offers just as much for the adventure traveler. The north is dominated by Mount Rinjani, one of Indonesia's highest volcanoes, and at its foothills sits Senaru village, the gateway to Sendang Gile waterfall. It's a 2-tiered cascade that drops into a wide natural pool. Local legend says bathing in its waters makes you 1 year younger. Just 20 minutes deeper into the jungle, Tiu Kelep waterfall is even more dramatic, taller, wider, and thundering into a deep blue-green pool you can actually swim in. The trail passes through canopy so thick that barely any sunlight hits the ground even at midday. Lombok feels like Bali did 30 years ago, quieter, more authentic, and welcoming in a way that feels unhurried. The Sasak people here have their own culture, their own weaving traditions, and their own music. Spend a night in Senaru village and you'll wake up to Rinjani's smoke-capped peak framing the horizon. It's one of those mornings you don't forget. Raja Ampat. If there is one destination in all of Indonesia that absolutely needs to be on their radar, it is Raja Ampat. Located off the western tip of West Papua in the far east of the archipelago, it is a collection of over 1,500 small islands and shoals that contains some of the richest marine biodiversity on Earth. Scientists have recorded more species of fish and coral here than almost anywhere else in the world. But Raja Ampat isn't just about what's underwater. The islands rise dramatically from the sea in limestone formations draped in jungle vegetation. You can kayak between them in absolute silence with no other boats in sight. Viewpoints at Pianamo and Wayag look like something from a fantasy film, hundreds of green-topped rocks rising out of turquoise water in every direction. Getting here takes effort. A flight to Sorong City, then a boat to Waisai, then deeper by guest houseboat. Staying at a local homestay means fresh fish every morning and falling asleep to the sound of the sea. The diving and snorkeling is world-class in the most literal sense. Manta rays, reef sharks, pygmy seahorses, and more color and life than your eyes know what to do with. Those who go almost universally say it was the best place they have ever been. The Togian Islands. Most travelers pass through Sulawesi without stopping, but those who do discover an island chain that feels genuinely forgotten. The Togian Islands sit in Tomini Bay in central Sulawesi. Reaching them involves a long bus ride and a slow ferry from the town of Ampana. There are no ATMs on the islands. The internet is minimal. Electricity cuts out at night, and it is completely worth it. The Togians are surrounded by a marine reserve, and the snorkeling is exceptional across most of the islands. But the standout is Jellyfish Lake on Kaku's Island, an inland lake connected to the sea by underground tunnels, home to millions of stingless jellyfish that pulse and drift through the water. You can swim directly through thousands of them. They bump softly against your skin as you move, and the whole experience feels completely otherworldly. Beyond Jellyfish Lake, the islands offer quiet beaches, wooden guest houses on stilts above the water, and some of the warmest people you'll meet anywhere in the country. The Bajo people, known as sea nomads, have lived on these waters for generations, and their villages built directly above the ocean are unlike anything else in Southeast Asia.
Flores and Kelimutu. Flores is often rushed by travelers heading to Komodo, but it hides one of Indonesia's most surreal sights, Mount Kelimutu. This active volcano has 3 crater lakes at its summit, each a different color: turquoise, green, and a dark shade that shifts between red, brown, and black over time due to volcanic gases. The best time to visit is before sunrise, hiking through misty forest to watch the lakes reveal their colors at dawn. For the local Leo people, the mountain is sacred, believed to be the resting place of souls, a belief that feels powerful when standing above the glowing lakes in the early morning light. Sumatra. Sumatra is the 6th largest island on Earth and one of the most biodiverse places on the planet. The Harau Valley in West Sumatra is often called the Yosemite of Indonesia. Towering granite cliffs rise 100 meters on both sides of a lush green valley, and waterfalls pour directly down the cliff faces during and after the rainy season. Small Minangkabau villages with their distinctive curved rooftops sit among rice paddies in the valley floor. It's a landscape that genuinely earns the comparisons people make. Further north, Lake Toba is built around one of the largest volcanic lakes in the world, a supervolcano caldera that filled with water over countless millennia. Samosir Island sits in the middle of the lake, large enough to have its own roads, markets, and villages. The Batak people of this region are known for their music, their weaving, and their elaborate traditional architecture. Waterfalls cascade down the caldera walls into the lake in multiple places, and the overall scale of the landscape is almost impossible to take in at once. Toba is one of the most underrated destinations in all of Southeast Asia, combining natural spectacle with cultural depth that takes days to fully absorb. Indonesia spans a distance greater than the continental United States, so getting between islands takes planning. Budget airlines like Lion Air and CityLink connect major hubs cheaply if booked ahead. Ferries link smaller island groups and offers some of the most scenic journeys in the region, even if they're slow. The dry season from May to September is the best time for most destinations. Trails are safer, boats are more reliable, and skies are clearer. That said, waterfalls are at their most powerful just after the rainy season, so timing depends on what you're after. Always hire a local guide for jungle and waterfall hikes in remote areas. They know the terrain and often know spots that don't appear on any map. Carry cash everywhere outside major cities, and always respect local customs at sacred sites, which includes many of the waterfall locations mentioned in this video. Indonesia isn't just a destination, it's a world of islands waiting to be explored. If this inspired your wanderlust, hit like and subscribe for more incredible places around the globe. And watch the next video to discover another hidden paradise you won't believe is real.